All right, friends, what's up? Satnam, namaste, welcome to I Am Woke. I'm your host, Emelina Calder. In this video, we're gonna talk a little bit about the higher self's perspective on why some bad or negative events can happen that we perceive as being negative from the human perspective, but actually just how much the higher self is looking out for you, and each of our higher selves looking out for us individually, to the point where if you can see through the event, you'll realize just how perfectly everything is planned. Hello, welcome. If you're new, my name is Emelina Calder. I'm a spiritual high performance coach, a personal branding coach, a psychic medium, and AKASHIC records reader, practitioner, and teacher, all the cool fun things. And if you're new to my world, I post regularly on personal and spiritual development and energy updates. If that's your vibe, go hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss any energy updates or sweet videos. And yeah, that's my jam. Also, if you're new and you haven't seen yet, I have an 8-part free video training on the AKASHIC records to teach you how to tap into your own soul blueprint and understand your own higher self. Understand how your higher self speaks to you through the AKASHIC records, get all the cool downloads in a sweet little meditation practice. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description there below. If you're new to your higher self work, I also have another video on my YouTube channel that I'll tag in the card in the description on how to connect with your higher self really easily in under 5 minutes a day in a quick meditation practice. Without further ado, let's jump right in here. I'm going to give you a very concrete, human, practical example because I think it's A, fun, and B, necessary. Here's the scoop. I spoke to my higher self yesterday. I needed some R&R, big time R&R, because I've been working very, very hard for the last 12 months. Not that that's all the culmination up to now, but it really has kind of hit me in some level of burnout. Anyway, so I went to Santa Monica Beach yesterday. I hung out at the beach all day, 7-8 hours without sunscreen. It's not normally my jam, and I'm normally very good at, maintaining my skin and my tan levels. For whatever reason, I was not spiritually guided to leave early. I was guided to stay, and I didn't know whether or not I was going to burn, but I knew that I had to be there for the amount of time that I was there. Again, very practical, very human, very silly example. When I got home, I realized the degree to which I burned. I don't know if you guys can see, I'm already peeling. It hurts. It hurt to sleep last night. And again, the first world problems, these are not really an issue. It's more that when negative events happen, and this is very silly, it's just a sunburn, right? But it's a microcosm for anything that you are dealing with in your life that feels like it's less than ideal when you trusted the process in the moment. Truly nothing in me was Emelina, get up, go home, go get some sunscreen, put another shirt on to save your skin. I literally was I feel like I need this right now. And I trusted that moment, and that moment ended up in a burn. This could be an analogy for any sort of thing that you're going through, any sort of relationship. Maybe you trust that you were in a relationship for a period of time, and then you get out of it, or you go, oh, I got hurt in the process, my heart broke, and then you get out of it, you're but I still feel like I had to do everything I had to do. I really trust my process, but I got hurt in the process. Just trust your higher self. If you're tuned in, if you're always listening to yourself, being human doesn't mean getting everything perfect. We're here to learn, and our higher self is watching out for us much more than you could possibly even imagine. So anyway, back to the sunburn example. I got home. I was my skin is burnt. It's painful. It hurts. So I went into some self-care, put aloe and stuff all over it. That's the self-care of whatever it is you've got to do with a situation like this. So if you're in a heartbreak, that self-care might be a lot of journaling. It might be calling some friends. It might be going to therapy. It's going to be whatever it's going to be. The point is go into self-soothing when you get hurt, or when something bad or less than ideal happens to you. And then I sat in meditation for 60 seconds, 2 minutes maybe. And I was did I miss something? Do I regret? I ask that to myself all the time. Do I regret doing this? And if I do, then I'll reevaluate what cues I may have missed that were given to me earlier in the day or early in the week or around the relationship, what have you. And I was you know what? I don't regret being in the sun for 8 hours. That is what I was led to do. It gave me a significant amount of happiness that I cannot possibly explain to you. A level of self-care that at its core was something I really, really needed. Really needed. So I sat with myself and I was I don't regret it. So I accept the consequences of following my heart for the entire day, which means I got a sunburn. Okay, because the logical mind was not working at its peak capacity because it wasn't meant to. That would have kept me in a burnout cycle. So anyway, you guys know my channel, right? Like I'm channeling all day, all the time. So I was just channeling my higher self and I said, did I miss something? Like, why am I sunburnt? Because when I stepped outside, I was like, it is so warm and so beautiful in Los Angeles right now. I'm like, all I want to do is go spend time in the sun. And it hit me in the head again this afternoon. I was like, oh, I'm sunburnt. I can't go out in the sun, like at all. Like it would destroy my skin. I'd be in a lot more pain than I'm already in. And I was like, but my higher self led me to literally receive a sunburn. Why would my higher self do that? And I checked in and I was like, higher self, like what? Like, you know, I want to spend time outside. What's going on? And my higher self literally said to me, you needed the dose of the sun on your skin. Did you get enough sun? We wanted to make sure that you really got it so you could really saturate in the experience of letting go, of releasing concern and worry, and completely relaxing at the physical body level to the point where you got burnt. Like, you enjoyed yourself so much that you burned yourself. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay. And then my higher self was like, do you think it's a coincidence that you can't go out in the sun for the next few days, maybe the next week? And I was like, what do you mean? My higher self was like, we gave you so much sun. We gave you so much goodness of what you wanted. And then took it just a little bit over the edge because there's a bigger plan, because you're going to sit down and have no FOMO for the next 7 or 8 days and getting the amount of work done that you need to get done, because you had so much fun that your body demanded that you sit down in front of a desk and get everything else done that you need to. And it literally, I felt like it was like, boop, 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 like all the light codes dribbled in, and I was like, oh, wow. So this is a long story to say. Don't be so linear or logical in assuming that things have to be perfect, or that imperfection or things that you like screw up are also imperfect, because they're truly not. If you're listening to yourself and you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, as Abraham Hicks says, like really satiating the needs of your heart, not everything will go right. It won't go perfect. And by perfect, I mean linear. It won't always be the smartest decision, but ultimately it's the smartest decision. Because if you guys know me, the amount of time that I need to spend outside to feel like a happy human is quite substantial. So the fact that my higher self gave me full permission and said, go burn, go on the swing sets, go take your longboard down the boardwalk. Those of you that don't know, I love longboarding. And listen to some music and vibe and go swimming for 2 hours and then lay on the beach. And like, I had such a day. And that's the only way that I feel like my higher self would have been able to get me to sit down and actually do what is going to be a substantial amount of movement forward in my business and in my marketing that you guys will be seeing. So I'm very, very excited. But the point is, allow things to not be so linear in how you're planning what it is that your heart is asking you to do and how you are going to do it. You know, when you trust the desires of the heart, you just jump, you just leap, you do what feels good. Sometimes when you're following your heart and doing what feels good, you get burnt in the process. You know, you could think about it like falling in love, or rising in love. I mean, how many of you have had your heart broken? Like, it doesn't mean you don't fall in love. It just means that the break is part of the process. The burn is part of the process of having fun outside. And understanding that there is actually like a bigger picture to all of this, where your higher self is actually planning in a very precise way around your specific personality to get you to do things that you might not otherwise do had you not encountered those specific circumstances. So I hope this is of value for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I have so much love for you. If you do enjoy my vibe and want to consider working with me, I will leave some links in the description for you below.
I didn't order.
I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for joining me outside here. I wanted to shoot this video very impromptu because it was on my mind and on my heart. So we're here doing the thing. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.